there are two sides to every story, and a million shadows in between. Another case, another deep dive. Gather around for a tale of a crime, from a moment in history, a shadow in time, where the past isn't past, and the truth must be told. This is their story on True Crime Chronicles.
Welcome back to True Crime Chronicles. I'm your host, and today we have a major update in a case that forces us to confront difficult questions about justice, vigilantism, and the lengths a parent will go to protect their own. Viewer discretion advised. This video contains mature and potentially distressing content. The subject matter includes detailed discussions of real-life, violent crimes, which may involve homicide and murder, cases of missing and murdered individuals, descriptions of child abuse and exploitation. This content is not suitable for all audiences and may be disturbing, triggering, or traumatic for some viewers. Please proceed with caution. What happens when the system fails to protect a child? When a father feels he has no choice but to take justice into his own hands? The story of Aaron Spencer is a true crime saga that has divided a community, captivated a nation, and now taken a turn that none could have predicted. In the quiet of an October night in 2024, in Lonoke County, Arkansas, Aaron Spencer awoke to a parent's worst nightmare. His 13-year-old daughter was gone from her bedroom. The family's fear immediately had a name: Michael Fossler. Fossler, then 67, was out on bond, facing a staggering 43 criminal counts for crimes including internet stalking of a child, sexual assault, and possession of child pornography. He was the alleged abuser, and with a no-contact order in place, his presence in the girl's life was a terrifying breach of a broken system. Panicked, Spencer, an Army veteran of the 82nd Airborne, jumped into his truck and scoured the dark roads near their home. His worst fears were confirmed when he spotted his daughter inside Fossler's vehicle. What happened next was a violent, chaotic climax. Spencer rammed his truck into Fossler's, forcing it off the road. An altercation ensued, and when it was over, Spencer was on the phone with 911, reporting that he had shot and killed Michael Fossler. The father, who had just rescued his daughter from a man the law had failed to keep away, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. That charge was later reduced to second-degree murder, but the message was clear. In the eyes of the state, Aaron Spencer was not a hero. He was a killer. But this is where the story twists. For the past year, Spencer has pleaded not guilty, maintaining he acted to save his child. His case has sparked national outrage and fervent support, with online petitions amassing hundreds of thousands of signatures demanding the charges be dropped. He became a symbol of a justice system that many believe is deeply flawed. And now, Aaron Spencer is no longer just a defendant. He is a candidate, in a move that has stunned the political and legal world. Spencer has announced he's running for a Lonoke County Sheriff as a Republican. And in an almost cinematic twist of fate, he will be running against the incumbent, Sheriff John Staley, the very man who oversaw his arrest. In his campaign announcement, Spencer stated, "Many of you know my story. I am the father who acted to protect his daughter when the system failed. And through my own fight for justice, I've seen firsthand the failures in law enforcement and in our circuit court. And I refuse to stand by while others face these same failures." His platform: to restore trust and ensure families are never left feeling so helpless again. The public reaction, as reported by those on the ground, is a mix of shock and strong support. One reporter noted that while some are skeptical of his chances, no one seems offended by the idea. In a county where distrust of law enforcement runs deep, Spencer's act of defiance has resonated. But legally, his campaign is a high-stakes gamble. Veteran criminal attorney John Wesley Hall, who has no connection to the case, called it a bad idea, warning that it could taint the jury pool and provide ammunition for prosecutors at his trial. Spencer's own attorney, however, believes the community is entitled to consider his choices and stands by his integrity. The legal battle has been fraught with its own drama. A judge initially imposed a broad gag order silencing key players in the case. But in a significant victory for Spencer, the Arkansas Supreme Court struck it down, calling it a gross abuse of discretion. The timeline ahead is a tightrope walk. Spencer's murder trial is set for January 26, 2026, just 6 weeks later. On March 3rd, he will face his incumbent opponent in the Republican primary. The irony is palpable. A conviction would legally bar him from holding office. His entire political future hinges on the verdict in his murder trial. This case is more than a headline. It's a family's trauma. Spencer's wife, Heather, has spoken of the profound change this has wrought on their lives, but also of her profound gratitude, stating, "He saved our child's life. The world is genuinely better because he's in it." It also forces us to look at the cold, hard statistics. When a child is abducted by a repeat sexual offender, the situation is among the most dangerous imaginable. The survival rate plummets, and every second counts. This terrifying reality is the context in which Aaron Spencer made his fateful decisions that night. So, where does this leave us? Is Aaron Spencer a vigilante, or a savior, a calculated killer, or a desperate father, a criminal, or a future sheriff? The people of Lonoke County will have their say at the ballot box. A jury of his peers will have their say in the courtroom. And the court of public opinion remains fiercely divided. This is a story we will continue to follow closely. What are your thoughts on this unprecedented turn of events? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this update compelling, please give this video a like. Share it to keep the conversation going. And subscribe to True Crime Chronicles so you don't miss our next deep dive. Remember to hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Stay vigilant, stay compassionate, and keep seeking the truth. We'll see you in the next one.